We'll be chatting to you in just a moment, sir. And then mastering your overwhelm from our resident business builder, global international leadership coach, Mr. Levy. Amazing to have you, Mr. Levy. We'll be with you in just a moment. So guys, if you want those 2 gifts, whether you're joining us on YouTube, Facebook, in the Facebook group, on the Facebook page, doesn't matter. What I need you to do right now is go into the comments, comment freebie. Just comment freebie, and our coaches will get in touch and they will get you those gifts. They'll get in touch personally and make sure that you get your valued gift from us. That's just something we're doing to help all of you beautiful, amazing fempreneurs out there. I will keep doing it twice a week, every single week, until we find our 50 next fempreneurs minimum. Yeah, so definitely come back and join us. So if you haven't joined our Facebook group, please go and join the Fempreneur Freebie Facebook group. That's how you'll make sure that you never miss a live. Okay, so we love seeing you there. So before we get to it, we're going to be chatting to our coaches because that's the whole purpose of this live. It's, believe it or not for you to just stare at me nervously talking at you. It is it's about much more than that, and we're going to be showing off 2 different fempreneur coaches in every single live going forward. So we'll get there. For now, I just want to share the vision with you quickly. So why are we doing these mad live? So you can see me and Peter aren't really YouTubers. That's why we force the rest of our tribe members to be in our YouTube channel usually. But for this project, it was so important that we had to get personally involved. So 2 years ago, we got in touch and we said we want to save the global economy one small business at a time. That's literally what we set out to do. That was 2 years ago. As part of that start, this Fempreneur project was born. So we said, what is the biggest, best way that we can possibly do something to make the world a better place right now? And we said, we know expert coaches. We can put together 11 of the most amazing, incredible expert coaches covering all the different areas that you need to be successful in as part of being a very successful fempreneur. And lives are fun. So yeah, so we said we're putting together these experts coaches, and that's how we're going to empower the world. We're going to take on fempreneurs from around the world, women that are change makers, women that are impactpreneurs, women that will stop at nothing in the fight to making this world a better place. And we're going to help them. We're going to give them like as much help as we could possibly give them. And we're going to do it through the Fempreneur course. So guys, that is the vision.
So this is all about relationship building. So this is where the coaches will be, and this is where you're going to find them.
So on that note, we're going to keep it short and sweet. Remember, if you want the gifts we're giving away today, it's called Revolutionize Your Revenue and Master Your Overwhelm. Just comment freebie in the comments down below and our coaches will get that to you. Other than that, let's go to our Fempreneur coaches. This is exciting. Okay, so let's put up Declan first. Mr. Williams, techpreneur, and monetization expert. You're a different expert every day, Declan, depending on what I want you to be.
Depending on your mood.
Tell us a bit about what superpowers you're going to help our fempreneurs develop as part of the Fempreneur program.
So I think the first thing I should start off with is telling you what I'm not, and that's an accountant. I'm not an accountant. I'm not going to slap you with spreadsheets and numbers and so on. So I need to put that out there. I'm not an Excel wizard by any means. So the superpowers that I'm going to bring is revenue streams, and the numbers can be boring. Some of us are good at it, of which I'm not, and some of us are not so good at it. And what I want you to do is, when you don't enjoy something, we kind of tend to ignore it. And a revenue stream is exactly that. It's a stream. And streams feed into rivers, and rivers feed into the dam. And your dam is your revenue. So what are these, and I'm going to bring a lot of visualization to my course and to my week, but what is feeding into your river, and how are you making and expanding the banks of that river? How are you creating different little streams into that river to feed into your dam? Because what happens on the other side of your dam is another river forms out, and that'll be your costs. And that's only going to be the kind of accounting analogy that I bring in, is revenue comes in and costs go out. And you obviously want your dam to fill up. And that is what I'm going to go through with you, is innovative and different ways of looking at your revenue streams. Should you partner with different experts? Should you have partnerships with different tech? Should you bring your best revenue stream in and your customers? How can you use them to create more revenue, and so on? So, and then how can you look at your product potentially in a different way? Are you just relying on a once-off service, or could you create recurring revenue with the same product, maybe just with a little bit of a twist here and there? So innovative ways of looking at something that's traditionally boring. That's what I'm going to bring to the party here.
I love that so much, Declan. And I am an accountant, so that's not boring to me at all. I look so forward to actually covering that with you. I think a lot of our entrepreneurs, and especially fempreneurs, impactpreneurs, we get so focused on what we are doing, we kind of forget to monetize things properly sometimes. And we're doing all of this work, we're just not asking for all of the money that we deserve in return. So I feel like that is something that you're definitely going to point out to us and help us fix. So I'm so excited.
And I think that's the biggest thing, is realizing how to price yourself. I'm working for a startup and have my own startup, and it's amazing how easy it is for me to tell the person that I'm consulting for, well, this is what you should be charging. But meanwhile, I come back to my startup and I struggle to find the value in how I should price for it. So I think that'll be a great thing about the way the Fempreneur program starts, with finding your value and then learning how to monetize it. Because I think we're all quite self-conscious about how to put a rand or dollar value to what you're putting out into the world.
Love that, Declan. Thank you so much. So tell us a bit about why it's so important that our fempreneurs get your help with developing these superpowers. So you're the guide coming in to help them develop into the best heroes they can possibly be, right? So why is it so important that they work with you?
Well, to be honest with you, it's quite simple. At the moment, it's exactly what I'm doing. I'm in the startup space. I'm getting beaten to death every day by the startup world. It is not easy. And it is currently what I've been hired to do and what I'm doing at the moment. I've been working on Let's Yak's revenue streams for the last 7 or 8 months since I left my job to pursue it. Revenue stream has been the biggest thing. So I might not necessarily come with decades of experience, but I'm in the trenches at the moment. And then secondly, it is going to be the fact that you're just going to have someone else have a different perspective and a different look. I consider myself a little bit creative, so you're going to have a different perspective from someone who doesn't know your business, from someone who doesn't know exactly what it is you do until the 2nd of September, which you should be signing up for already. And just a different look from someone who might not be in the same industry as you. So I think those are the two most important things.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, guys, like, who out there is watching this right now and not thinking like, yeah, Declan needs to guide me on how to revolutionize my revenue stream. Like, that's just something that's got to happen. Okay, awesome. So Declan, last question for you. What can our fempreneurs start doing right now in order to start developing these revenue revolutionizing superpowers that you're talking about? Are there any quick tips you can give just to help them on their way?
So other than being a part of the Fempreneur program and commenting for my little freebie, it's exactly how I said in the beginning about a revenue stream is exactly that. A stream leads into a river and leads into your dam. And how I do it personally is I do it visually. So I create a web, because essentially that's what a river, if you've done any geography, that's what a river is. It's a web of systems that lead into bigger and bigger bodies of water. So I would create a web and start off in the middle at your dam and figure out where this money is coming from. And how can you have little pockets of these streams and rivers that lead to that? So if you think of a spider web, how can you connect your customer to create more connections for you? How can you form a strategic partnership to create more revenue for you and get people to sell for you? You know, it's really easy to monetize customers. You don't have customers, you know, then there's nothing to monetize. So how are you creating all these different connections? And then the moment you think that those connections in that web is gone, try and add 3 more and you'll surprise yourself. So that's how that would be my homework. You can tell I was a teacher in my past life. That is your homework before you come and visit me, is create that web.
I love that so much. Thank you so much, Declan. Fempreneurs watching right now, comment freebie right now. What you're going to find in Declan's freebie, the revolutionize your revenue streams, is oh my goodness, you're going to get access to a lounge on Let's Yak, his tech startup. Like, hello, like you're going to be one of the first people ever to test this out. It's in the freebie. You're gonna be able to be one of the people to book a 1-to-1 coaching session with Declan. Time's limited. He only has 10 slots, 10 different people, but he'll see you 3 times. So comment freebie and he'll get in touch, and you might be one of the lucky people to get that one-on-one time with Declan. Also, there's 3 beautiful tips in that freebie that elaborates more on this river of revenue that Declan is talking about, and it's going to give you so much value. It's a beautiful comment freebie right now, and we will get it to you. Actually, Declan will get it to you.
Yes, so that's 10 coaching sessions of 3 hours, and you can, or 10 people will get 3 hours, and you can break that up to however you want, whether you wanted 1 3-hour session or 6 30-minute sessions or 3 1-hour sessions, whatever you want. That is how it'll be. So 10 people will get 3 hours.
That is amazing. Thank you so much, Declan. Amazing to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Declan. You're amazing. Okay, let's bring up, guys, we're not done yet. We still have more. Oh my goodness. Okay, Mr. Levy, can we please invite you into the room?
Thank you so much for having me here, Christine Buerter, and you would call the guy without the cap on Peter.
Yeah.
Guys, let me just point out something to you. So me and Peter actually founded the original Fempreneur project together. Peter is a teamwork specialist. I'm a course builder. And together, this is one of our passion projects. So the Fempreneur is for Fempreneurs, but also some cool dudes. So chivalry isn't dead, ladies. And if you're a cool dude, then that means that you're happy to support women and you're ready to make a change in this world and work together with a cohort of other awesome humans that want to do the same thing. So just to clarify that. So if you're not female, that's fine. You can still sign up for the Fempreneur. You can still comment freebie. Awesome. Mr. Levy, let's move on to you. So tell me, what superpowers are you going to help our Fempreneurs develop?
Well, Nestine, I think the first thing is that they establish a solid foundation for their Fempreneur journey. And it's really important, and I think it's a place where we need to invest more time. I've done that, I've learned it, I've been down that road of rushing into it, and I've also been down the road of investing time into planning the journey, and the second one worked. So it was a big lesson, and I just want to comment on, because I loved what Declan said about the generating revenue and the money and also the costs. in and out, that the numbers, you know, and I know that further in the Fempreneur course, so whoever's going to sign up for this course, there is just so much information and so much value in this. I got that word from my Stephen Squared W in the UK, value. He taught me that word. And so I think they're going to get so much value out of this whole course and the way you guys have put it together. But it does start with what I call the base camp, because we're all heading towards our summit on the mountain. And whilst the numbers tell a story, it's how our behavior aligns to those numbers. So I'm very much in the behavioral space, because our business is about, who's it about? It's about you, or you and your team. And your team doesn't necessarily have to be your team that you employ. It could be your team also that are helping you, that you're outsourcing work to, that you're not specialist at. And they need to be part of that base camp. So it's until you anchor that. That's what I'm going to bring to the Fempreneurs. That'll be your anchor. That'll be your reference point, that when you hit unexpected challenges on your journey up your mountain, when you need to make those detours, how do you get back? What do you reference to come back on track? Where do you communicate back to? And if that's not set up properly, then it's like trying to build a house without a foundation. It will crack. So yeah, I think that's what I bring, and also a bit of the overwhelm, which I know that we spoke about that, and we can touch on that later.
I love that so much, Mr. Levy. It's such a beautiful journey to go through. I mean, we've seen you in the Fempreneur Freebie Facebook group already giving us so much value on discovering our values. Value. Hi, Stephen. So yeah, so I mean, I've been through base camp with you. For me, it was life-changing. I'm one of those creative, heart-centered entrepreneurs. If you leave me alone for long enough, I can create a tornado of chaos all by myself. But we'll be doing good. We'll be doing lots of good things. But I don't think I would have had base camp if it wasn't for you. So, I'm so looking forward to that. So tell me, Mr. Levy, why is it so important that our Fempreneurs get your help with developing these base camp type superpowers that you're talking about?
Sure, that's a good question. Okay, so I'll tell you why, because I've been on that journey myself, and the entrepreneurial journey is a tough one. So let's not pull the wool over anybody's eyes. It's a tough journey, but it's a rewarding journey. And I think it takes a lot of courage. You've got to be bold. You've got to be able to step out there. You've got to make decisions. That is, you're not sure what the consequences of those decisions are at times. And I think I will support them in just getting it off, at least creating the highest probability of them reaching or achieving what they want to. And I need to emphasize that. You'll notice I didn't say guarantee. We create the highest probability, and I think this is what they need to understand. What any entrepreneur, not only the Fempreneurs, should understand is that have a clear vision of where you want to go, because you need to be heading somewhere. But, you know, there's a wonderful saying that the future will reward clarity, but it will punish certainty. And if we didn't pick that up in 2020, then nothing will teach us that. But I want to work with the Fempreneurs to at least establish that foundation, because who they are, what do they reference back to, what do they stand for, and what does their business stand for, because that's what's going to influence their decision making. That's what's going to influence their behavior. They're going to be pulled at the seams by the external factors that are outside of their control in the world today. Okay, and we can't as entrepreneurs allow that to happen. We need to be aware of it. And will we get pulled at the seams? Of course we will, because we're human. But it's to recognize when we are, and then what do we come back to? And that's that base camp. And I want to work with them, not just to establish the base camp, but to actually show them the power of having a base camp and why it's so meaningful. And yeah, I would love to share that with your Fempreneurs. So Fempreneurs, if you hop onto this Fempreneur course, that's where you'll, it's not where you're going to start. I think you start a little bit before that, but this whole journey, and I've seen the course, is just absolutely incredible. And I think it just ties what you guys have put together. The one ties into the other. And yeah, you know, I think it's a bit about culture, strategy. And you know that old saying, culture eats strategy for breakfast? I think it's a myth. I think culture, if you align culture and strategy, you'll be able to have a breakfast of your choice.
Oh, I love that. Nice. Guys, Mr. Levy is so humble. I'll tell you, he has about 400 years of experience in business, Mr. Levy.
Well, thank you for giving away my age, but yeah, it's just a bit under that. It's about 40.
40.
Just
40. So you're getting 40 years of experience, and everyone in this tribe has seen Mr. Levy create some incredible success stories. I'm talking about taking an entrepreneur from having a zero revenue-based business to having $1,800 per month based business in, what was that, 3 months?
about well,
I
probably
mean,
about 6 months to where he is now. Yeah.
like, hello, like you have to work with this person. How can you not? And we have many more war stories like that. We've seen it in real life. That's why we know base camp is so valuable. Guys, I'd love to move on to the next question. So third question, we said we do this in 20 minutes. We're running a little bit over, but it's fine. We'll keep time, except for Chris. Sorry, Chris. What can our Fempreneurs start doing right now in order to start developing these base camp superpowers right away, Mr. Levy? So what's your best tip for them if they want to get started with this right now?
Okay, so I think the first thing they can do is ask themselves why they're actually in their business. Besides making money, every business is there to make money. If it wasn't, we should just go to the beach. So that's a given. But it's got to be something bigger than that. You know, if you want to make, I believe as Fempreneurs, if they want to make a difference in the world, there's got to be a purpose that will allow them to make that difference, that their business contributes to making a difference. And the reason I say that is because that's what's going to get them up in the morning. Because that never changes. And if that's powerful, so give thought to it and just write down why you want to do this. And I want to say one thing, don't worry about the how at this stage, because when we put the how in front of that, it limits us. We place our own limitations on ourselves. So pretend that the Fempreneur coaches on this course are like you've got 10 proverbial genies that are going to make your how come right. They're going to create your how for you. They'll grant you your wish. In terms of creating the highest probability. So yeah, I think write down why you're in business, what do you do, and what happens to the people that you're doing it for when they're finished, when they come out of engaging with you, when they're finished engaging with you, be it in your product, be it in your service. And I think that's very important, a very important question to ask. What happens to them? Because your business is not about you. It starts with you, just like leadership, but it's not about you. It's about making a difference to the world and people that you're servicing or engaging in your services.
Thank you so much, Levy.
That's the other thing. And then I think just Nestine, leading into the freebie that I've got and why it was chosen when we spoke about it was it's all in the mind, and it can really mess us up in business. We will all hit a stage of overwhelm. So they need to ask themselves, what is overwhelming them? And then just make a list. There's no right or wrong. Make the list of what's overwhelming you. And if you download the freebie, you will see, you'll get 3 tips how to quickly get over that.
Amazing. Love it, love it, love it. Guys, write down your why, sign up for the Fempreneur course, and then comment freebie right now. Comment now, freebie. Comment freebie right now. Mr. Levy will get in touch with you. He will give you your free gift. So we're giving things away. It's not an ad.
Yeah.
But speaking about ads, if you do want to sign up for the Fempreneur course, the link is in the description below, guys. We're looking for our 50 next awesome, amazing women, Fempreneurs, and cool dudes. If you want to join us on this journey, please secure your spot. Spots are limited. If you'd like to help us find those 50 women and make the world a better place, please share this, subscribe, like, and also invite all of your Fempreneurs to our freebie Facebook group so they can stay up to date with the lives as well. We're going to be giving away more and more and more gifts every single week. Twice a week, we'll bring 2 new coaches in front of you. They'll give you more tips. They'll give you more freebies. It's going to be amazing. But yeah, that is it for now. So to wrap up, I'm going to ask our YouTube producer, Chris Colby, to just come onto the screen and give a shout out to everyone that's been supporting in the live stream.
Yes, Tina, I just want to add something to that free gift. Okay, it's not only the document that they can download. I'm going to spend, I will put the link in, and I'm going to block off time to spend 45 minutes with each of them to actually take them through it. Because for me, it's always, to give them something to read is like doing something out of a textbook. I'd love to sit with them and see that it actually gets implemented, because then they will get the true benefit of getting over the overwhelm. So I will put that, I'll give you the link, because I don't know how to put all that shit onto Facebook and all that stuff. So, oh, sorry, oops. Sorry, okay, and I won't speak like that in the session.
Guys, you can't say that we're not a basic. Mr. Levy, that is amazing, guys. So now, if you comment right now, freebie, Mr. Levy will get in touch, and you'll not only get a document, you'll also get 45 minutes with a band that has taken entrepreneurs from zero revenue to $2,800 a month in like 3 to 6 months before he's done that. So get your 45 minutes. I'm sure time is limited because I can't get a freaking coffee, okay? But you guys can. So go ahead and book that coffee. And to wrap up, I'm going to just ask Chris, our YouTube producer, to jump onto the screen and give us some shout outs for saying thank you for everyone that's been supporting us on the lives. And I don't know if there's anything from your side, Chris.
Awesome. Thanks very much. So I've been so busy in the background. So many people to say hi to. The Wellness Wonder Woman, we'll get back to you. Joanne Morehouse, Megan Diaz, Michelle Scott, as well as Darlene, Michelle Scott again, Wilhelmine Barnard, all of them joining us, Linda Dent as well, who will be with us on Thursday. Thank you for tuning in on Facebook. So many people, I just can't actually mention them all, but Clarissa joining us there as well. On LinkedIn, Lorna, we will be getting back to you as soon as possible. And a whole lot of people tuning in there. Remember, all the links you need are down below in the description. Remember to comment freebie. And the biggest question is, Nastine, if I want to join the Fempreneur program, how the frick do I do it?
Okay, I'm so happy you guys asked that. There is a link in the description below to our booking link, I believe. So you can just book a call with us and we will help you through the entire process. So we want to make sure that it's the right fit for you. So we don't have a sign up link anywhere that you can just click and sign up. We want to make sure that this is for you and that you're committed to walking this journey with us. But if you want to see if it is, then go ahead and book that meeting. Otherwise, if you comment freebie, one of our coaches will get in touch with you and you can also have that meeting with them. So they are also more than qualified to see if the program will work for you. And then we'll literally help you from there. We're building a family here. It's not a mass production, mass sale. We're looking for 50 people, 50 family members that we can help. We want to really make the world a better place. So thank you so much, Chris. You're amazing. Thank you, everybody. Declan, Stephen, everybody supporting everywhere. We absolutely adore you. You've been amazing. We are a little bit late very much, but we'll try to keep it in time, which we're aiming for 20 minutes. Maybe by the time we finish all of these lives, we'll fit into the 20-minute slot. But we'll get the microphone to work so that Peter can also talk, because I can see it on. Although it's like having a mute button for Peter. I mean, it's like. Anyway, bye guys. May all your wildest entrepreneurial dreams come true. Come back on Thursday at 5 p.m. GMT plus 2 time.